With decision intelligence, measuring value is very tangible. And there is only one reason for that. It's because Aera makes the decisions and execute it. So the value comes from the action. How much value you get comes from how much work is getting done, right? And how does that work? And I will explain these 5 decision value drivers first. So once a decision is being digitized, then Aera can make it more accurately, more frequently, at a lower level of granularity, automatically. And that provides the coverage to make all these decisions that are not done today. These are the decision value drivers, and they translate into operational efficiency and financial impacts. So let me give you some example. In procurement, demand is changing. Production plan have to be adjusted. No problem. Aera will place new buy, will change the existing POs, split POs, cancel POs, push out, pull in, automatically, right? So that prevents shortages of raw material. That avoids also potential waste by having excess of these raw materials, and you can optimize spend on the way. Another example on the other side of the spectrum with orders. You are receiving constant orders with your customers. Aera can commit dates and quantities precisely, immediately, at the order line item level, right? Which then helps customers not canceling their orders because you cannot commit to anything. You improve your SLA because you are making a promise you can stick with, and you improve the customer experience. You want the same experience that you are getting on the marketplace, on Amazon, and so on. A planning example, right? Everybody is doing demand planning, demand forecasting. It's once in a month or once in a week. Now, you can do this like daily at the most granular level of your supply chain so that you know exactly what you need where and when, which is the essence of it. You can boost your on-shelf availability or reduce back orders depending on your industry. You can reduce potential fines, and you can trim your inventories and reduce working capital. And one last example, which is more on an optimizing problem in logistics. So every day you have the production out of the plant, or you have the goods arriving at the harbor, and you have to deploy them. With the latest signal, you can optimize where you're going to deploy them. You're going to optimize for truckloads, for rail car, trains, and you can optimize also for any means of transportation that you can use. All these examples, by the way, are in the room today. The consequence, you can reduce transportation costs, CO2 emissions, times on wheels as a consequence. So when you look, so that's really we can measure all these value at the decision level for every decisions. And you can look at them in aggregates. That's what we have in the decision board. Across a type of decision, across all the decisions that you are making, you can really measure the impact of these programs. Now, before you start, we always often have the question, say, how do I justify the investment, right? So we build a skill. We build a value intelligence skill. The objective of that skill is to project what is the potential business impacts for that deployment, that initiative, if I digitize all these decisions. So the way it works, you will actually explain what is your goal. I want to reduce inventory. I want to improve my service levels. Then Aera is going to recommend what decisions to automate based on the experience that we had on multiple projects. Then for each of these decisions, we're going to ask you, OK, what is the current level of performance? What is the frequency? What is the accuracy or the granularity at which you are making them? And what is the target? And then you're going to provide some KPIs of your organization, your revenue, your cost, transportation, inventory levels, so that we can adjust and calculate what would be the potential impact, business impact, if you were to deploy and automate these decisions toward that goal, right? And that is to help create the business case. To exemplify self-service and delivering value by digitizing this decision, I cannot think of a better example than DeAcero's. Now we have a video.
DeAcero is one of the most recognized companies in the production, commercialization, and distribution of wire, long steel products, and reinforcing steel in Mexico and worldwide. With an integrated infrastructure of 3 steel mills, 19 plants, more than 20 steel recycling centers, and more than 30 distribution centers in North America. DeAcero is a company different from the rest of the steel industry because of its integrated business model, its great market diversification and products and solutions portfolio, and for producing the most sustainable steel in Mexico. DeAcero's products are a part of 7 sectors of the economy: agriculture, manufacturing, energy, oil, gas and mining, construction, infrastructure, and specialized construction jobs, providing innovative solutions with a portfolio of 6 product categories: meshes and wire products, industrial wires, wire rod, merchant bars, structural bars, rebar. DeAcero has a track record since 1952 of working with its customers, distributors, suppliers, and team members to grow together sustainably. DeAcero.
Thank you. So, flying from Monterrey, Mexico today to be with us, I want to welcome Mariaan Ordieres and Gabriela Caballero.
Yes. Thank you.
Who are respectively like control tower manager and leaders for DeAcero. And please have a seat, and we're going to have actually a discussion about
Thank you.
these 2 years and a few months journey that we had together, where you did actually achieve an amazing results. Means you've been deploying your control tower, 10 different skills, 10 decisions automated in less than a year. So we were very impressed by the work done, and you did it in total autonomy, right? So first, I want to ask you, can you give us an explanation of your role at DeAcero? What is a control tower manager and leader?
Yes. Okay. So, well, first of all, I'm going to introduce what's DeAcero. You already saw it on the video, but DeAcero is it's a leading Mexican company in the steel industry. It's dedicated to the production and distribution of a wide range of steel products, as you already saw, like wire rods, mesh, nails, steel cables, and many other products related. It was founded in 1952 and has grown to become one of the most significant companies in its sector in Mexico and Latin America. We are based in Mexico, but DeAcero has a global presence through the export of its products to a lot of markets from North America, Latin America, and other regions of the world. And well, if you can start introducing what's your role, and then I'll follow.
Okay, well, I'm Gabriela Caballero, as Fred, as Laurent told us. I'm the control tower manager in DeAcero. I have been in this position for 3 years, and in DeAcero for 5 years. First, I was on a production position, planning production position. I have more than, believe it or not, more than 10 years in working experience. And I was, in my role, my role was created to implement a control tower. And we have been challenging, or it's a role that has many challenges using a platform that is new for the organization and for the users.
Yeah, so when I remember when we started and you were explaining this vision for the supply chain intelligence control tower, which was going beyond visibility, right? What was the objective, the initial objective behind actually driving this initiative?
Yes. Well, you want to introduce more with yourself?
Yeah, I think I didn't introduce myself.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Well, my name is Mariaan. I also work in the control tower. My role is control tower leader. I have been in this position for a year and 3 years with the company. And what I do a lot of things, but mainly everything that has to be with indicators, overall control tower analytics, enabling the organization and the use of Aera, making sure there's a good communication between our team, control tower team, and the rest of the company, and making sure we accomplish our commitments, the ones that we have to our area and also the commitments that we make with other business units.
We are part of a department that is called Value Chain Strategy, and our area specifically, it's on the supply chain intelligence. So we are an area that aims to enable the organization to making support decisions. So we have like 3 pillars: the order promising, the supply chain design, and we as a control tower.
So the original objective and the reason why actually you launched this initiative, what was it?
Yeah, the main goal of creating a control tower is because we have to improve our service levels. We have, the clients have a perception that we have a lack of communication on the orders that we deliver to them. So that was the main goal, improve service. Another goal that we have with the control tower is to identify the opportunities in our supply chain that could allow us to make more informed decisions, to categorize the disruptions and take an action on it. So how we started with a diagnosis to determine if we were a company that was ready to have a control tower, evaluating the system, the process, and the people. So at the first, we start mapping our disruptions, selecting those pain points that were more significantly to our company, and take an action on that.
So, and where are you with your journey now? So what is available and what are you envisioning?
Yeah, so, well, you can see here on the back our timeline. As Gabby already mentioned, well, we started on early 2020, then, I don't know if you want to explain that slide.
So yeah, we started, if I remember, end of 2020, we started to be connected, and then the project started with getting the visibility together in 2021, and then the first skills were live 4 months after, like in September, October of 2021. But then since then, we trained your team, and then you've been building the rest. So what are these decisions that have been digitized so far?
Yes, so first of all, we many areas of opportunity and disruptions were identified in our supply chain. And well, what we do, we prioritize those disruptions into the ones that had the greatest impact. And by knowing them, which disruptions, so here's our order lifetime cycle. As you can see, it's divided in 4 different areas: sales, production, distribution, and transportation. And we put those disruptions there, the ones that had the greatest impact, in order to create recommendations, to take decisions. And well, as right now we have 10 different recommendations active in our workbench. They're divided in these different areas that I already explained. And for example, on the sales part, we have logistics profile incomplete, a recommendation that makes a substitute recommendation. For example, if an order enters and there is another product that can be substituted for the one that we have, because the order has an original item, for example, and that item, we do not have it on stock. So probably there's another item that can be a substitute. So Aera recommends, hey, you have this other product. If you offer this to the customer, we will be able to deliver it right now instead of waiting for the other product to be ready. So that's one recommendation. For example, in the sales area, we have another ones on transportation, such as inventory reallocation,
Rush orders, production
all
replanning.
of those you are seeing there. The one on production, pull forward production, transfer rush delivery, that one is automated. We also have 4 automated recommendations and 4 write-backs. The write-backs are when, by accepting or rejecting the recommendation, it goes to the system of origin to make a transcription and
execute it.
Execute it, yes.
So it's like Wendy mentioned, you are making these decisions for one goal, which is customer services, across the end-to-end supply chain. You are connecting the dots across sales, distribution, production, logistics.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there are like more to come because I know that you are working on 4 others. What I think is interesting for the people listening to us and in the room is to explain the team, what are the different people involved in this initiative, and how you became self-sufficient, because we are meeting once a month and we are just exchanging on, okay, what you need from us and how we can support you, but you are totally autonomous. Yeah.
Yes, our team, it's multifunctional. Why? Because as Mariaan told you, we have a order life cycle. So we have, where the disruptions that I mentioned before, we select some of them and we assign to every rep. So we have 6 people in control tower, 4 reps and 1 leader. And as the process that we selected are related to commercial, to production, to distribution, and to transport, we have an expert of that area that comes to control tower to work. So with this team, we design and build the decision trees, the recommendations. So they are in charge of creating with the rest of the department and train the people, the final users that will be using that recommendation, and support them. So that's in control tower. And in the other part, we have 3 developers that was trained by Aera, and they are the responsible that make the recommendations alive. So they are our point of connection with Aera in ticket support, and if in case we have like an opportunity on the IP or whatever. So that's the
that's the team.
Tower, yes.
That's the team. So you have like the cross-functional team,
yes,
which each of them are defining the decision intelligence logics. They are the decision architect, in fact, in their respective area. And then you have a couple of ID people, and I know also that we spoke with your data science team. And they are the one building the capabilities into Aera, and then you are rolling them out. So once you have about 135 users today, and we keep seeing that it keeps increasing like month after month, who are they, and how does that change the way they work?
Sure. So as you already mentioned, we have 135 active users using Aera. Not all of them answer recommendations, but they use the platform due to the visibility it provides on its reports and dashboards. You know, at DeAcero, we have a lot of systems, and usually what our employees need to do is go to the different systems, extract information, put everything on Excel, do some VLOOKUPs, and well, right now with Aera, thanks to the connectivity it has with our systems, they can now find everything in one same place. So this has saved them a lot of time. So that's regarding visibility.
priceless.
And regarding recommendations, we have different users. Not all of them answer all of the recommendations. It depends on the role they play on the company. As we show you the order lifetime cycle, the sales team, for example, answer the recommendations on the sales part. Production planners, the ones on production. People from transportation and freight, the ones from transportation, and so on. What they do is they usually enter to the platform in a daily basis, and they not only read the recommendation and click accept or reject, but they have to do something. They have to take the decision. They have to do an activity in order for us to the recommendation to be closed. And well, this has helped them because but with Aera, they notice there's a disruption and that they need to do something in order to make the order to arrive to the customer on time. So they do this thing. And also with the recommendations that have a write back, well, they just click accept and the activity is done by itself. So it has helped them to save a lot of time too.
So it happens constantly because today, Aera, I mean, the recommendations are generated like six times per day, 6 days a week, right? Because as orders are coming in, so you define the pace at which you needed actually to this process to operate, and we have an example on the screen of the type of recommendations. You can see on the left-hand side all the different type of decisions that Aera actually is digitizing and is bringing people in the loop or doing it automatically.
Yes.
Yeah. Just before we started that conversation, means I explained the value, the business impacts, and how we were measuring it. So what is the business impact you've seen on these customer service levels that you've mentioned originally? And also the acceptance, what was the journey on the adoption by these end users? It's two questions in one here.
Yes.
Yes. So, well, getting users to use Aera was quite a challenge. When we started our recommendations, acceptance and rejections rate were ranging between 35 and 50%. So we developed a change management strategy, which included communications plan, lots of workshops where we visited the most strategic locations to meet users face-to-face, because, well, we had 15 plants and 3 steel mills in Mexico, so there's a lot of employees all around Mexico. So we visit them, we meet them, we show them how to use Aera, how to answer the recommendations, the logic that the recommendations followed, but what was most important was linking the recommendations to our indicators, our KPIs, and showing them and demonstrating them that by using Aera, there was an improvement in our KPIs. For example, there's a KPI that we follow that is named Perfect Order Index. In 2022, it was like about 76%, and in 2023, we are at 80%. Our time cycle, thank you. The time cycle, it measures the time that passes between when the customer needs the order and when we deliver it. So last year, we were around 14 days, and this year, we are doing 12 days. So we link the recommendations to our KPIs and show them that there's an improvement.
It's a benefit, yes.
Yes, so 7,000 decisions, 1,300 customers. So these are like massive numbers, and yes, and they will be more coming in. Any advices based on this experience, especially because you've been operating that control tower for a couple of years and you've been building it? Any advices for all the customers and also people considering embarking in this journey on where to start and how to become self-sufficient?
Yes. First is be patient. The results on the recommendations or the benefits you will be seeing not at the first month. Our subject matter experts told us that maybe in the first 6 or 12 months we can be experiencing the sweet smell of success. So be patient. Another thing is to be honest where you are and where you want to be. Define SMART goals. Another advice, it will be to support with people who knows the processes, because it's very important. It will be around you, and you can avoid going in circles. So be around people who knows. The IT team, yes, you have to have your own IT team to support you, as well as the other part of the control tower team. Have strategic meetings internally and externally between in DeAcero and as well as with Aera, regular touch points.
Support from our leaders.
Yes, yeah. You are telling me everything. To have our board executives to be on board, because the employees must hear from them the strategy. So it's really important that the executives be on board.
It's a lot of advice.
Yes.
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 I hope you took notes.
Yeah.
So really, I want to thank you a lot. 1,000 thanks for coming over today to be with us and to also have the opportunity to connect with the other customers during lunchtime. I've been very happy and proud of the fact that you actually built all this with our technology. For me, what really gets me excited is the go-lives. It's because we actually define all the things we want to do together. Eventually, then the skills are ready, and then it's going live, and you see the users starting getting value out of it. So that really gets us excited. So thanks a lot for being with me today.
Thank you.